paper is a symbol. And this blank paper represents all of us. All of us here, all of us in this nation, all of us in this world. How, you might ask? Well, when I read Yuval Harari's book, Sapiens, I learned something. I learned that us humans, we're different and we've evolved to be different from other animals in the animal kingdom due to one reason. Do you know what that is? It's our ability to form stories. And well, we can make stories while others can't. Why is that? Other animals also have language, right? Well, it owes to the complexity of our language. And when I mean that, break down a language, break down the human language, and you get sentences. Break that down again, and you get words. And words, ladies and gentlemen, are written onto a page. So this page not only represents us, it represents our education, our belief that if you work hard enough, try enough, you'll make it, because that's what education is. It's a promise for equality, right? Did you know that every year of schooling increases a person's lifetime earnings by about 10%, and that educated mothers are twice as likely to ensure that their children survive past the age of 5. And that education is the single most effective intervention in human history in eradicating poverty. Crazy, right? I mean, all of that power, this piece of paper, right over here. But what if I said that's absolute nonsense? That this is a lie? Because let me tell you, because 2 years ago, I met a boy who loved science. Now, this boy, he was in a rural school, right? And he didn't have a microscope. His school didn't have a lab. It didn't even have reliable internet. But you know what? What he did? He loved science, and he loved it like the way kids do, irrationally so, in an unbalanced way. And so he put all he had, all he knew, into pursuing it. He memorized diagrams from borrowed textbooks. He asked questions his teachers never answered. But you know what happened? Although he had different dreams, big dreams, he didn't have the opportunities. And he ended up in the same way his classmates did, the ones without any dreams. Okay, now I have a question, quick test. Now raise your hands if you believe everyone deserves equal opportunity. Yeah? All right. Congratulations. You've participated in the world's most popular lie. Well, because if that was the case, then we wouldn't have a problem like this everywhere. Let me give you another story. So I founded a nonprofit, TEDxYouth, and our main goal was to democratize research access, basically normalize research among high schoolers. And to do that, we hold workshops in otherwise secluded areas of Bangladesh. So during one of the workshops, it was a phase 2, so we had a workshop 1 week prior. There was a kid who was missing. And well, I inquired the teacher, hey, there was a kid, he was in phase 1. What about him? Like, he isn't here. He all right? Teacher said, he isn't coming to school, maybe he'll drop out. And I was like, no way, because he wasn't any student. He was an exceptional performer in our evaluations we take at the end of each workshop, right? So his home was only a slight detour from our path back home. So naturally, I paid him a visit. And you know what he said when I confronted him about why he stopped going to school? Any guesses? Now, it was not grades, not even money. He said that it was because he was tired of feeling stupid. Not because he was an exceptional performer, but the system kept making him feel so. You see, education, it works just fine. The problem with it is that it does not recognize outliers. And even more so, it ignores the promise of equality. It's a good promise, but it never reaches everyone. So what should we do? Well, you see, during one of my times, I've tried a lot of approaches to normalize this problem. And you can see that I've started this nonprofit and hoping that I can do so as well. But the thing is, we say that we need equality the same way we say, hey, you know what? I'm going to start exercising from tomorrow. We never do. At least I don't. So, I believe it's a problem that we should solve, but we aren't. Because you know something interesting? We never attack someone directly, but we do ignore them. You remember COVID? During COVID, a lot of us, in weeks of time, half the population of the world were isolated in lockdowns. Now, I'm not saying that lockdowns were wrong. They were necessary, right? They saved lives. But it just keeps to show that one of our key characteristics is that we're really good at disconnecting. It doesn't matter whether we're good, what happens is good after it, but we're really good at disconnecting overall. And this is not new, right? Think about the Cold War. The Berlin Wall fell in 1959. But do you know what didn't fall immediately? The mindset. For years, decades even, people couldn't trust each other. They couldn't love each other. So we're really good at disconnecting. And you know what this shows? That it's really easy to disconnect with people, to isolate people. But once you do isolate them, it's really hard to take them back close to you. Almost impossible, I'd say. Now, this just shows that we don't step on people, we step around them. We make donations when it's convenient, we care when it's trending. So this makes us question, do we care at all? Do we? Well, another question I'd have to all of you over here is that when was the last time, you said, almost all of you said that you raise your hands and you want equality. But what have you done? But how many of you have done something last week within 7 days that contributes towards it? Anyone? Any hands? I don't see any. Yeah, that's the world we're living in. So this promise, this torn pieces of paper, I love a quote by Mahatma Gandhi. He said that if you want change, you have to start by yourself. It starts from yourself. So my request to everyone over here would be one thing: to keep a promise and to ensure that a page this page never gets the chance to be torn, at least not again. That's me. I'm Tanzim Redwan. Thank you.